Welcome to another episode of The Irreplaceable Dental Assistant. Well, as you can see, I'm outside today. The sun is not too hot. There's a gentle breeze. I just could not resist. So here I am. And here you are joining me with this lovely, cool weather. Today, we're going to talk about something that affects us all that maybe we don't stop to think about or not put much emphasis on. I am speaking about relationships in the dental office. Yes, it is extremely important. And no, I'm not talking about office romances, because while they do happen, they occur far less often than what we're going to be talking about today. We're talking about relationships between team members, understanding that relationships in the office, you may have your best bud who you go to lunch with every day, or you meet up for drinks after work and you see the world through the same lens, and then you become really comfortable. So let me tell you a story about Andrea. Andrea and Pat were tight. They would hang out all the time. And so Andrea felt confident sharing with Pat some very private information about herself. And a few weeks later, she realized that the information was no longer private. It was no longer confidential. And Andrea just wanted to disappear, but at the same time, she was so angry at Pat. Here's the thing. Andrea did not assess that relationship properly. She took a work relationship and treated it as if that work friend was in her inner circle, her friend of friends. And we all know that people have to test and pass the test that they are capable of being in that inner circle. It happens so many times. And until we can build trust, because, trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship, including workplace relationships. We need to be honest and reliable and consistent in our interactions with others. And we need to make others prove that they're trustworthy as well, because you don't want to be in the place that Andrea was in. Embarrassing. It makes you angry. It makes you feel uncomfortable going to work. No, we're done with that. So let's be in a place where we're assessing relationships appropriately in our office. The second thing is we need to be able to communicate effectively. Good communication is vital to maintaining healthy relationships in the workplace and elsewhere. So we need to be clear. We need to be concise and respectful in our communication with others, recognizing that message sent is not always message received. And so we need to make sure that not just our words, but our body language, our tone, all add up to make sure that the message we intended to send is what actually was received. And we need to set boundaries. As I said in that story with Andrea, she did not set right boundaries. It's essential to set up appropriate boundaries in the workplace to maintain a professional relationship. Let's be clear about what is and isn't acceptable behavior. What is and isn't acceptable behavior from your part, but also what you're going to accept and not accept from your team members. And we can make it clear without being rude or obnoxious. We just need to set boundaries and let everybody know what those boundaries are. And we need to be able to respect the boundaries of others. Just as we set boundaries, it's essential to respect the boundaries of others. Not to be upset because they've said this is as far as I want to go, but to recognize that is what that person deems to be necessary for them to function properly in the office. So don't overstep or push others beyond their comfort zone. Please, let's not do that. And let's for sure be empathetic. Empathy is the ability to understand and share feelings of others. Of course, we know that's essential in the dental office when people that we're caring for may not be feeling well, may be going through and enduring a lot of pain, but also for our team members. We need to recognize when we see somebody down and out. Maybe they've lost someone, they're not feeling well, maybe they're going through a divorce. It's essential to be empathetic in the workplace because that helps to build strong relationships. And we need to be good listeners. Listening is an integral part of effective communication. Let's take the time to listen to others and to understand their perspective. It's not that I must be right, so you must be wrong, or vice versa. It's that we can both share different perspectives and see where we end up, and to also ensure that what we think we're hearing is what we absolutely are hearing. So I love active listening, and that's when you listen keenly, and when you think you've heard what the message is, then you can summarize and say to the person, so what I hear you saying, or so are you saying so and so? And that will allow them to either agree or to correct you. Either way, it's a win-win. So let's be good listeners, active listeners. And it's important to be supportive. We need to build supportive relationships on mutual respect and encouragement. So, you know what? If you give support, you're going to get support. And there is nothing more cohesive, more strong, more forceful than a supportive team where everybody is helping everybody to achieve their goals. Because if you win, then I win, because we're on the same team. And let's be accountable. Let's take responsibility for our actions and hold ourselves accountable for mistakes. Let's face it, we're not always going to get it right. But if we don't, it's important to be able to say, hey, I messed up. I'm sorry, but I'm going to make it right. Because this will help to build trust and respect in our relationships in the office. And we need to be open-minded, be open to new ideas and perspectives. You might be surprised to know how much you learn just being in a posture where you can be open-minded to hear other opinions. This will help us build stronger relationships with our colleagues and foster a more collaborative work environment. And finally, we need to practice forgiveness, forgiving ourselves and also to forgive those around us, because we're not always going to get it right. They're not going to always get it right. But if we can be in that space to say, you know what, I messed up, I owe you an apology, or to say, you know what, you've really tried it today, but it's okay. We're going to start over tomorrow. That's the environment that we flourish and grow. All right, so we have tackled relationships in the office. What it boils down to? It basically boils down to this: treating other people the way you would want them to treat you, and to know what the boundaries are. Don't give people what they have not shown you that they are capable of stepping up to. So be mindful that not because you can laugh and joke, it means that that person is capable of carrying your personal information, of being able to be that person who can hold what they need to hold close and not share. Worst thing in the world. Listen, a healthy relationship doesn't drag you down. It inspires you to do better. I'm going to say that again. A healthy relationship does not drag you down. It inspires you to be better. And that's by Mandy Hale. Thank you, Mandy. I love that. I love that. I love that. We are all going to make mistakes. going to be the reason why people are disappointed. We're all going to fall short sometimes. But if we know how to navigate our way through, despite all of the failures, we can all still have healthy relationships that don't drag us down, but inspire us to do better. Listen, life is so much better when we live, learn, and grow together. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. View us on our website or Apple Podcast or Google or Spotify, whatever. And don't keep it to yourself. Share, and share. I'll see you the next time. Blessings.